What's up, guys? Trizzle Trey, TrizzTech&Electronix. We are talking Apple news today. It is September 12th, so that was the September 12th media event happened earlier this morning. In that event, they announced the iPhone 5, a new iPod Nano, a new iPod Touch, iOS 6, some new news with iTunes. So let's just jump into this and start talking about it. The first thing and the biggest thing today, obviously, was the iPhone 5. We've been hearing about it for months, rumors, seen pictures, seen bits and pieces and parts of pieces and whatnot. And I want to tell you now that all of those were true. The iPhone 5 design was that way. We pretty much expected it. So it has a new and improved 4-inch screen. Basically looks kind of like the iPhone 4S, just taller and skinnier. So it now has a 4-inch diagonal screen, so instead of being 3.5 inches this way, it is now 4 inches. It is running at a 1136 by 640 resolution, so that puts it in a full 16:9 aspect ratio, which will be great for playing games, watching movies, anything like that. It's going to make the all-around user experience, media experience, so much better by being in a 16:9 aspect ratio. The display is going to be at 326 pixels per square inch, so it will be another Retina display. It does look aesthetically wonderful with the white one, which is probably the one that I will go for. Basically looks the same as this one on the front, but it is aluminum on the back instead of the white with glass covering. The black is black with a black matte finish going across the back, which is also metal, but it's a black matte finish instead of aluminum. So it will be carrying 4G LTE, which is awesome. That's one thing that I've been really looking forward to and hoping for, because I use my iPhone as a mobile hotspot a lot. So it's going to make things a lot easier having 4G data speeds over the 3G that I currently have now with my iPhone 4S. The processor is an A6 chip. I actually didn't think this was going to happen. I thought it was going to be a refreshed A5 chip, but it's A6. It's packing a huge punch. It's considerably faster than the A5 in the iPhone 4S. It's going to be powerful. It's going to run all the best games at really high resolutions with that new screen and the added processing power with that A6 chip. What else is going on with the iPhone? A refresh to the camera. It is still an 8 megapixel camera, but they've done some things. It's now going to have zero shutter lag, which will help a lot, even more with image quality, given the fact that there won't be any time for images to move or sway in any way, shape, or form, because they will, as soon as you tap the shutter, boom, it's done. Pictures taken, on, ready to go. Going to be very good. It's got a sapphire, a crystal is what the camera is made out of, and it is actually 20% smaller than the camera on the iPhone 4S. So this is going to be a very tiny camera packing a very, very large punch. So I am very excited about that. The iPhone is going to be considerably thinner. As I said, it's supposed to be 40% thinner than this one. So that's going to be outrageous, given the fact that this one without this case on obviously is already pretty thin and very lightweight. It's going to be even lighter weight than this. So basically what it is taller, thinner, and lighter. It's going to be sleeker, faster, quicker, more attractive, really cool. So that's the iPhone 5, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. If you're wondering for pricing and availability we'll talk about in a minute. Pricing is the same as the iPhone 4S. For the 16 gigabyte version, it is $199. For the 32 gigabyte version, it is $299, and the 64 gigabyte version, it is $399. These are all with new contracts signed from your carrier, so that's cool. With that being said, with adding those price points in, which is basically what the iPhone 4S is right now until the iPhone 5 does release, it's getting rid of the iPhone 3GS. It will no longer be constructed and distributed from Apple. It's gone, it's off, it's extinct, I guess if you want to call it. So instead what they've done is now with 2-year contracts, any carrier that carries iPhones, the iPhone 4 will now be free with a 2-year contract. The iPhone 4S will now, the 16 gig version will now be at a very low $99. So if you're looking for an iPhone and you don't really want to step up to the iPhone 5, you don't really have that reason to stay up in there, but you still want an iOS device, and your 2-year contract is ready to be renewed, that iPhone 4S is an amazing phone. I mean, it's my daily driver and has been for quite a while. So $99 is definitely a great deal for that. So that's price, availability. On Friday here, September 14th, is when you can pre-order this new iPhone 5. If you do pre-order it and whatnot, it does ship 1 week from that, which is September 21st, which will be the following Friday. That will be shipped to everyone pre-ordered, as well as shipped out to stores for distribution. So that'll be pretty cool. It's right around the corner, and I'm very excited about it. I'm going to get my hands on one as soon as possible to do as much content for the channel as I possibly can. So that's enough about the iPhone. Another exciting thing is the new iPod Nano. The new iPod Nano has gone back to the old school rectangular shape instead of square shape. Pretty much looks like a very tiny iPhone. It is 2.5 inches. I'm sure you guys are seeing a little bit of images cruising around on the sides around me anyway. 2.5-inch LCD screen, so you're now able to play movies again as you were in past generations of iPod Nanos. You'll also be able to play games, all sorts of stuff, have access to the iOS App Store with that, which is really, really cool. I'm very excited for that. It's going to be rocking an A5 chip. It's going to have Wi-Fi, all the capabilities pretty much that the iPod Touch used to have or has up until this point. So now they've actually also released, or will be releasing in October, a new refreshed iPod Touch. So this is going to be the same size as the iPhone 5. It will be a 4-inch diagonal screen running the same resolution. It's going to be 6.1 millimeters by 88 grams, so it's actually going to be even thinner and lighter than the iPhone. Will be the thinnest iPod ever made, and thinnest and, well, not lightest, but definitely the thinnest, and it still will be very light. It will have that 16:9 aspect ratio as we talked about previously. And it's going to have the same camera aspects as the iPhone 5. It's basically going to be an iPhone 5 without the talk capability. So if we're talking prices for that, the iPod Nano, or the iPod Shuffle actually, they didn't refresh it. It's just an updated version of the same little shuffle. Will be $49. The new iPod Nano, as I talked about, is $149. The new ones will be between $200 and $300, depending on size that you would like to purchase. Definitely going to be something to keep your eye on. I'm not huge into the iPod Touch too much, but I am very interested in this new iPod Nano. I'm not too interested in the iPod Touch so much, given the fact that I will have the iPhone 5, which kind of defeats the purpose of the Touch. So that's basically it for hardware aspects. In my eyes, those are the big things that I saw. iOS 6 is also being released. It will be released on September 19th. That is also a very big deal here. It's not as big of a deal to me. I've messed around with the developer builds. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's more of an update rather than an entire new OS. But hopefully, maybe once I get my hands on the actual release here on the 19th, I will be, very excited. I will be downloading it on the 19th to my iPhone 4S before I receive my iPhone 5 in 2 days after that. The big things for me were the iPhone and the iPod Nano. The two things I'm the most excited about, iPhone being the most. Stay tuned to the channel. Once I get my hands on this, I will be doing a huge showcase of the iPhone 5. I will be doing unboxing, review, app reviews, hands-ons, tutorials, all kinds of things. It's going to be about a week-long complete segment towards the iPhone 5, and probably even more than that. So stay tuned to that. Definitely keep it locked on the TrizzTech&Electronix channel. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you have not done so yet and you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends, share, favorite, all those things. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.